Greetings ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this tier 7 game in the Soviet tier 6 medium tank, the A-43. This is the tank on the line that goes through the A-44 at tier 7, the Object 416 at tier 8, and then the Objects 430 version 2 and 430 at tiers 9 and 10 respectively. We are here on, I cannot even remember the name of the map, Northwest or something. Standard game, there's no other game mode on this map. And we're not going to play this game too cautiously, if memory serves. The relatively poor gun on the A-43 means that it really doesn't benefit from overly cautious play. This is not a sniper by any stretch of the imagination. This is a close range in-your-face tank, really, if we're going to be honest. Now, the enemy do have a pair of togs. Are they platooned? No, they're not. They just have a pair of togs. Which is very sad, because it means if I come across them, I'm going to have to try and kill a tog. Now, while I said I'm not going to play that cautiously, I'm also not going to drive off like a complete frothing maniac, and I'm very conscious of the fact that, as it stands, there wouldn't really be anyone to back me up if I moved forward. And that Tiger P's just moved off on his own. And, you know, I don't really like going down. So I don't like going down to that bottom region where that Tiger P is, because it is easier to drive downhill than it is to drive uphill. If I take the slightly higher ground, so on this side of the map you basically have three different roads, if you will, three routes. The inner one is the highest, and that's what I'm on at the moment, and then the other two get progressively lower. If I stay to the higher ground, it's much easier for me to relocate to the lower ground to help those guys out. The converse is not true. So if I were to go where that Tiger P is, I would struggle to help my team out if my team were having problems on the road that I'm currently on. That was my logic. And I'll be honest, I don't really like fighting in the north anymore. This map was modified a couple of patches ago. I used to like fighting in the north, but not so much anymore. Alright, so Leopard has gone forth, and we are following up behind him. And we're going to try and deliver a good swift rogering to these guys down here from behind. Preferably without getting shot to oblivion by tank destroyers. There's no artillery in this game, which means that one doesn't have that to worry about. Leopard has got himself in a bit of bother with a KV-85 among others, so I'm just ploughing shots into the aforementioned KV-85, and you'll notice I'm not moving around anywhere near as much as I usually would. Why? Ooh, set him on fire. And he burns to death. Hurrah! Well, that's simply because there's no artillery, so I don't have to. T-67 isn't paying anywhere near enough attention. Blow his tracks off. And I'm just going to keep him there. Crusader puts a shot in and I manage to finish him off. I only take track damage for my troubles. So I'm just going to let my crew put the tracks back on. And we're going to sweep round. T-34-85 and a T-20. T-20's on low health. He might be a tier higher than me, but the T-20 doesn't have good DPM to start with, so I should definitely have the better of this engagement. I might take a shot to the face for my troubles, but I'm not really too worried about that. As it is, someone helps me, and I manage to get the kill. There's another replay derp. T-34-85 dies. There's an Su-122-44, but he is also dead. And the scoreline is 8-4. And we're on 3 kills, which is nice. Onwards and upwards. Our Leopard, I believe. Yep, our Leopard passed away. But I'm now following up behind another tier 5 light tank. This time it's the British tank, the Crusader. And we've won this flank, you know, very convincingly. Just need to find the enemy. There's probably quite a few of them camping on the A-line. It's a fairly common spot to find people. And those togs could be a problem, and those E-25s. Are they platooned? Yes, they are. E-25s, very high DPM. There's a platoon of them, so there's a very good chance they'll coordinate fire and just obliterate people incredibly quickly. But our other flank isn't doing too badly either. They are pushing up. Although, we've found a heavy tank near our base. I don't remember off the top of my head which one that is. I would guess it's the KV-85, because I don't imagine a TOG would have made it that far without being spotted. Speaking of TOGs, hello! have a shot at him, and oh good lord, I've got a whole world of trouble now. Depends how aggressive those E25s want to be. I'm hoping not very, so I'm just going to try and get shots on Mr. Tog if I can. But I'm just trying to be a little bit cautious. And I'm getting slightly confused that there aren't shots landing around these E25s, but then again, they're shooting at the Crusader, and the Crusader doesn't really have any friends in a position to help him out. So there we go. Our team manages to take out Tog 2 and Chaffee on the other flank, and that E25's looking at trying to dislodge me, but deciding that this is perhaps not the best plan he's ever had. There's the Tog, ponderously moving up. Whoa, E25's coming. No, E25's not coming for me. Okay, screw it. I drop down to get shots into the nice juicy XP pinata that is the Tog. Long-term watchers of the channel may be aware that I love the Tog dearly, but I'm not under any illusion that it's a good tank. It's not. And I actually get the kill on it, for which I feel a little bit dirty. Oh well. E25 and my gun depression's really letting me down here. Come on. There we go. One shot into him. E25 misses. Second shot into him. Duke back. I take a shot, but I manage to kill him. Kill number 5. There's just a KV-85 and an E25 left. KV-85, well, he's at A1. B1. E25 is probably further along this little road here. And there he is, and this is bad. I missed my first shot. Now, probably make a mistake here. I probably should have rushed forward just to try and flank the E25. But I didn't. Instead, I try and pull back, and this guy's just taking me apart. Terrible play here from me. 88 is complaining that we're a bunch of idiots, except the scoreline's 13-7. I put one shot into him, and he rams me to death. 13-8 then. So yeah, misplay on that E25. My logic at the time was, oh crud, it's an E25 just from the front. I thought that the guys who are now capping would be coming up behind me. I didn't check the minimap, and you can see in chat I was a little bit miffed. I didn't check the minimap there. They're just capping. I don't know why. I thought they were coming up to help me. And I thought the E25 would be able to traverse his hull fast enough that he could keep up with me if I tried to circle him. But I guess I could have tried for a tracking shot and then tried to go around him. But, you know, moral of this story... Oh, now he comes out of the cap. Anyway, moral of this story, don't rely on your teammates. Don't think that they're coming up behind you. Look and check whether they're coming up behind you. You can see I'm a little bit bitter in chat. But, you know, I could have done that differently. I could have, as I say, double-checked whether or not these guys were actually going to support me. If they weren't, not gone for it. I also didn't expect the E25 to just be pointing his gun in my direction, I'll be honest. I thought he'd be paying more attention to the other side. But there we go. It ends up being a win either way. I'm not going to complain too much about it. And that actually ended up being an Ace Tanker game. The XP requirement for Ace Tanker on this machine doesn't seem to be particularly high. There we go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel. And I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.